So once again, would you move? As I'm going to throw another rock right here. Would you stay here? Would you drink that water? Would you be affiliated with this? Would you bathe your kids when it's bubbling up and looking like an oil slick?
What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and the government is continuing to lie about what is happening out in Ohio. They are trying to assure us that everything's okay. There's nothing to see here. When in reality, this is a catastrophe that's going to have lasting effects, not just on that little town, but on the rest of America as a whole. You see, the water in this town is completely, and I mean completely, destroyed, completely contaminated. And they're telling the people of East Palestine that it's okay. We're testing everything and everything checks out. So this is prompting people to head out there themselves to go see what's really going on. And today some people went out there to check on the water, to go look at the creeks. And what they found and what they saw is really scary. It's really scary. And you know, a lot of people think, oh, the water in the creek, who cares? Not only is the water that has been contaminated by this catastrophe responsible for supplying what, like 30 million people, 10% of the U.S. population? You have to think about the crops that rely on this water. Crops that will then be contaminated, that will then ship all across the country. There's so many levels to this, but I can't even explain to you in words how bad it is. You have to see it. So I want you all to check out these clips of how bad this water is looking right now, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Wow.
Look at all that.
Look at it.
It's all in the bottom of the creek bed. Now look at it. But they burned all the chemicals off of there, right?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Maybe off the top.
Hey guys, so I'm here at Leslie Run and there are dead worms and dead fish all throughout this water. So, something I just discovered is that if you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground. Can you come here and let me just show this to people. I don't know if you're going to see this in the camera, but watch this. Just see that chemical pop out of the creek. This is disgusting. And the fact that we have not cleaned up the train crash, the fact that these chemicals are still seeping in the ground is an insult to the people who live in East Palestine. Do not forget these people. We've got to keep applying pressure. That's how we're going to fix this problem. Thank you.
I'm almost at a loss for words, because when we heard that the water out there was contaminated, you know, I didn't picture it being this bad. I knew it was bad. I thought it was going to be bad, but I wasn't prepared for what we saw in that clip. The water is like bubbling up like freaking toxic acid. This looks like the stuff that they threw the Joker into for him to become the Joker. Like literally, go dive into that water and you'll probably come out a superhero or something. Toxic radioactive man. All jokes aside, like, look at the chemicals causing that sheen, that rainbowish sheen in the water. And you throw a rock in it, it bubbles up. Oh my God. That is horrifying. That is absolutely horrifying. And this is some of the same water that these people are supposed to bathe with. These people are supposed to bathe with this water? Tend to their crops with this? And then when it rains in this area, that's acid rain because I don't want to go through a whole science, project or anything. I'm not a science teacher. But, the rain that is falling on these people is containing some of the same chemicals that is coming out of the ground and that is in this water. So imagine that as well. You're out there in East Palestine, Ohio, and you got, this gives a whole new meaning to acid rain. I wouldn't be surprised if a raindrop burned a hole through your shoulder. I mean, it's horrible. And the residents of this town are angry. Understandably so. Because they're being lied to. They had a town meeting last night and a lot of people were in attendance, but you know who was not in attendance? Norfolk Southern. Why? Because they say they're scared. The train company says it's scared of the people of East Palestine, Ohio. They say that they don't believe that their workers or employees are safe around these people. Why would they feel that way if these people were being told the truth? They're scared because they know these people are being lied to. And it's not a good lie. It's not a good cover-up. They're not even trying. You have to understand that as we watch these clips and you see that water, government officials are in town telling these people it's okay. Everything's okay. The air, it's okay. Don't worry. Meanwhile, it smells like straight chemicals across this whole entire town. It's not a situation that you can ignore. And I mean, as I was talking about in prior videos, and I've been talking a lot about this on Twitter, as this is happening in Ohio, there seems to be a lot of other situations popping off around America, not as bad as this one. But it looks like it almost looks like something is going on in our country. Like, if this was a one-off situation, then fine. And then if it's like, okay, there's a couple of train derailments. Okay, there's been like 15 or 16 within the last week. As well as big factories, chemical factories catching on fire and stuff. It's getting out of hand. It's getting so out of hand. I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with it. But I hope and pray that the people of this town are okay. But I know that they're not. And I know that every single second they stay in this town breathing this air is detrimental to their health. Not just long term, but short term as well. And my question is, where is the help for these people? Where is the help? Do these people not deserve help? If this was another country, if this was Ukraine, we would have already had $1 trillion package put together to make sure that they're going to be okay. But because it's our own citizens in our own country, up there in Ohio, these are, these are working class people. Not rich people at all, by any stretch of the means. So they're forgotten about. Who cares about them? Who cares about these folks out there in the Ohio country? Who cares? Let's give all our money to foreign countries. Oh, there's a catastrophe down here. A hurricane hit an island. Okay, let's go give them $1 billion. Meanwhile, the people of Ohio can't even get a straight answer as to if it's safe to take a bath or not, or to wash their hands. They can't get a straight answer. They can't, the response to this has been absolutely ridiculous. The Red Cross didn't show up in time. We don't got FEMA out there. And it blows my mind that we have these catastrophes. We have these situations right here in this country, and no one gives a damn. But let's go ahead and send another $40 billion to a foreign country. All the time. It's like we don't take care of our own people. And not only do we not take care of our own people, we lie to our own people. You know what I mean? So they're not getting any help out there. Not the help that they deserve, not the help that they need, not the help that they should be getting at all. We're too focused on helping other people that aren't even citizens of America. But the situation continues to get worse. I wish I could say the opposite, but it doesn't look like it's getting any better. And, you know, I don't want to be a negative Nancy here, but the elephant in the room that I think a lot of people don't want to really acknowledge or address is that this is not going to be okay anytime soon. Regardless of what the government tells these people, if you know what type of chemicals these are and you kind of look into it, do a little research, this area, I mean, should be uninhabitable for a while. Let's just put it like that. If the government really had these people's best interest in mind, they would let them know, hey, you don't need to return to this area for years. For years. Because it's already drenched into the soil, drenched into the waterways. I mean, I don't see how it could be safe to live there anytime soon at all. Like, not even close. But what can I do? All I can do is make these videos. I hope people watch them. I hope you all spread the word about this news story. The people of Ohio need help. This story needs attention. It's a story that it's picking up. Like, people are starting to pay attention and talk about it. But even though it's getting that coverage, they're still not getting the help that they need. So, you know, I'm going to keep my eye on the situation. Like I said, there's other situations all across America popping off like this. Hopefully none of them get this bad, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. I am literally just at this point where nothing will surprise me anymore, like at all. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.